Hello, it is Taurodon again, and this video is going to be a little bit different because today I'm just genuinely a little pissed off. Uh, you see, a company, Take-Two, has basically taken a trademark claim against the game It Takes Two over a name dispute. So, pretty simple argument there that honestly just doesn't make any sense. So, let's start off with the article. I took a few sources here, including Forbes and GameSpot. So here we have Eurogamer reports that Take-Two has filed a claim against Joseph Fares' Game of the Year nominated co-op game It Takes Two, regarding the use of those two words. This apparently already happened closer to the game's launch, and Hazelight, the It Takes Two studio, has confirmed that yes, it was forced to abandon its ownership of the name as a result. Now, no one is searching Take-Two as it is. They don't produce anything. So really, what internet traffic are they trying to claim here? It doesn't matter. So what this means for It Takes Two is unclear, and how that will play into marketing, a sequel, or even being able to continue to be sold using its existing name. No changes have been made yet, but Hazelight says they can't discuss the issue further as things are still ongoing. Take-Two has not yet responded for requests for comment. The problem here is that Take-Two is a massive company with a market cap of $18 billion. Okay, Take-Two is already rolling in money. They don't need this at all. So even if this sounds dumb and could theoretically be indefensible, companies ranging from small studios like Hazelight to Florida axe-throwing businesses are not likely to put up the costly legal defense required to keep their name. In this case, obviously, It Takes Two was a common idiom before Take-Two ever had the name. It doesn't even make sense. Exactly. Take-Two, the company name, refers to takes, like in a movie, or starting something up for the second time. It Takes Two is more like It Takes Two to Tango, so the phrases don't even mean the same thing, but it has the words, and so here we are. This isn't the first time that Take-Two has filed trademark claims. The company, which owns Rockstar and 2K, among other studios, has targeted a wide variety of business and product names that include Rockstar, Social Club, Mafia, Civilization, and others. Some of the affected organizations include a Beijing company behind the brand Star Rocks. So think about this, a company in Beijing, right? Most of the people who are customers of that don't know anything about any of these products, right? Rockstar, 2K, they don't know the NBA. They don't speak English. They're not looking to purchase these. They don't care about Take-Two. There is no traffic at all that they are getting from that. These two companies have nothing in common. A music book company known as Think Like a Rockstar. That has nothing to do with Rockstar Games, but they're chasing after this anyway. Some companies are attempting to fight the claims, but they are few and far between. And there's a simple reason for that. There's nothing they can do about it. You've never heard of Star Rocks or Think Like a Rockstar. These companies are too small. They can't compete with an $18 billion industry. There's nothing they can do when that trademark claim is made. Next article. Business analyst Mike Futter commented on the issue on Twitter, saying that even though Hazelight has been made to lose ownership of the game's name and can't protect it, this does not necessarily mean the studio will have to change the name of the game. They could change it if they want to protect the name, but honestly, it's probably not worth it to them to do that. So basically, they're just gonna lose it because it's far too expensive for them to actually do anything about this. They're being attacked over nothing by someone who's too powerful for them to possibly even fight against in any way. According to the chair of the Entertainment, Media, and Sports Law Group at Buchanan Ingersoll and Rooney David Gerwin, under the common law rights, this means that Hazelight can continue to sell the game and use the name It Takes Two. Common law rights are based on usage rather than formal registration. However, as per Futter's point, these are more limited than it had successfully been granted the trademark. Take-Two is being very, very aggressive, Hogue said. This is from Richard Hogue, a lawyer. It Takes Two, by comparison, isn't a company name. and it's of limited use in any event due to the sheer number of goods and services that already use the phrase. I would suggest they simply wind up going untrademarked and relying on copyright. Hoag's Twitter thread ended with him saying that his read on Take-Two is that it challenges almost anything it can find using one of its words, such as two. So, pretty much anything they can find that uses the word two, something that says take, Rockstar, they're fighting against. I'm so tired of corporations doing this because they don't gain anything from doing that, right? They aren't threatened by anything like blocking search results to them. You know, they're not making any money off of lawsuits or by getting rid of things that just aren't competing with them, right? They have no competition in this. They make Grand Theft Auto and NBA 2K, which bring in billions of dollars. They bring in so much money. It doesn't matter to them at all, and I'll get into this later. Hazelight Studios, a team behind A Way Out and this year's It Takes Two, has abandoned the trademark behind It Takes Two after Take-Two Interactive filed a trademark claim against it, it's been revealed. This news comes by way of Eurogamer, so yeah, basically, the publication's report indicates that Take-Two filed a trademark claim against Hazelight shortly after It Takes Two was released. Records show that Hazelight then abandoned ownership of the name, so they can't even have the trademark of their name. Anyone can make something called It Takes Two, which actually takes away traffic from them if someone else makes a game called It Takes Two, which they are now able to do. This only hurts Hazelight Studios, which is a small gaming studio. Of course, they are published by EA, but do you really expect EA to do anything to protect their developers? When does EA do anything useful for the community, right? There's no way. So pretty much you just have this multi-billion-dollar industry that just kind of flops their cock around all over people who are smaller than them who can't do anything about it. So let's take a look at what Take-Two Interactive Software actually is. They're an American video game holding company that owns Rockstar Games and 2K. Now, what exactly is a holding company? Well, basically, what a holding company is something that they own a portion of other companies, and they make money off of that. So they don't produce anything. They clearly don't have enough to do, when for years all they've been doing is looking for smaller companies that they can basically just screw over for not doing anything wrong or attacking them in any way. You know, they own BioShock, Borderlands, GTA, Red Dead. They're, I mean, you look at tons of things that include words that they have. Like, for instance, there's a show called Take-Two on Amazon Prime, but that's owned by Amazon, and they know damn well they don't want to mess with Jeff Bezos, so of course, they're not going to attack that at all. But this small company that's just making video games, yeah, they can totally stop that. They can definitely stop a little music store. But I haven't played It Takes Two. I don't necessarily have any interest in playing It Takes Two. So let's just take a look here at what exactly it is. So here on Steam, you can see it. It's a $40 game. And you click on it, embark on the craziest journey of your life in It Takes Two. Invite a friend to join for free with Friends Pass and work together across a huge variety of gleefully disruptive gameplay challenges. Right, so it looks like here, based on this trailer, it's like a girl, looking at her parents' divorce, and she's using these like toys as an escape to that. Now, I don't know if that's exactly what it is. That's just what it looks like, And it looks like a cute little story. It's super wholesome. And you know what makes it even better? Is that if your friend wants to play with you, they don't even have to buy the game. It is a free download for multiplayer. You You really just couldn't have chosen a more wholesome company to mess with here. You know, and if that's not enough, it's a Swedish company, right? It's based in Sweden. You really couldn't have chosen something more wholesome and innocent than Hazelight Games, right? Like seriously, there was no reason to attack this at all, and there's nothing anyone can do about this. I mean, that's just so deplorable, you know? And then here's this guy, Dark Viper AU. I mean, this guy basically lives off of playing Grand Theft Auto, you know, and making content on that. And he says Take-Two is almost impressively evil. Are they doing their best to become the most morally bankrupt, incompetent entity in order to give Rockstar inspiration for a potential villain in GTA 6? That's just a funny response from someone who basically lives off of Take-Two's products, you know? This is, it's just laughable. This is what these corporate CEOs are spending their time on. There's really just no excuse for it. You know, and I'm sure there's going to be, you know, a Bo Black's video on this, maybe an Optimus video, but I just really wanted to talk about this because it's disgusting what corporations get away with now simply because they have so much money that there's nothing to stop them. There's nothing to really cancel them, essentially. That's it.